That's nice. So we stopped the baby from crying when we killed Murgo's wet nurse, and coming back here she actually bows to us. So I guess whatever baby was up there, the spirit of the baby or whatever, that was her child, and we've set the baby free or whatever, and that means we set her free. Her bowing at us and disappearing. I mean, that's how I interpret it, so that's nice, I suppose. Alright. Let's go. Beautiful. I'll just keep doing that over and over. Boom. First phase is really easy, it's the second phase that is will be a lot more difficult. There we go. Yep, there we go. Did that just in time to get my health back as well. How's that still hitting me? Come on, man. Beautiful. Awesome. Okay, I can get a few extra hits in here. Jesus, I tried to parry again. Come on! Beautiful. Shit, got a bit greedy there. Move it! Oh my god. Heal. Beautiful. Boom! We're getting there. I just need a bit more damage on the visceral attacks. It's a bit harder when he's in this phase. Yeah, and then that happens. Jesus. Come on. Beautiful song, by the way. Absolutely fantastic. Honestly, one of my favourites they've done. Oh my god. Look at that damage. Beautiful. Now that he's back in side phase, I shouldn't have too much of an issue. Boom! Come on. Oh yeah, fuck's sake, man. Jesus. Got a couple extra hits in there, that was lovely. Need extra bullets. Oh my god. Oh, he's back to the two-hand again. Yeah, this is about as far as I get usually. Oh my god. Jesus. There we go. Jesus, stop doing that. Ah, wasted it. Come on. Lovely. Boom! When he's inside phase, if I can just survive long enough to get him in that phase. Oh, that's a waste. Okay, let's get more bullets. Heal up. Go again. Let's go, man! Let's go! Let's go! Oh. Ah, sorry, Gehrman. I know you just wanted to let me go. Oh my god. That was the first attempt I've done off stream, by the way. I wish I'd have done it on stream now, but... Here we go. This is what we were waiting for. This is what we were doing it for. Oh my god. And here is the moon presence. Hello there. So this is a great one. Oh! Oh, it's giving me chills. I don't like that. Oh, wait. She's giving me a hug. And there's the rejection, I think, because of the umbilical cords. So now we get a proper fight. I have a decent amount of blood vials. I'll give this one attempt, but it's like 3 o'clock in the morning right now. So we got the old hunter badge. Oh! Okay, that's quick. Okay, decent damage. Oh my god. Whoa, that nearly killed me. Oh, she's frozen. Wait, that takes a lot of power out of her. So if I could dodge that in future, that's not a bad amount of damage. Oh, I can hit the tendrils as well. Okay, that's useful to know. She buffing? What's she doing? I can't tell what she's doing. I don't know what those things are. How does she do that? But I can get that health back. Oh, okay, cool. Why were none of those hitting then? Oh my god. That is definitely doable, oh my. So when she hits me with that big explosion thing, I want to do a little bit of testing with that. I'm going to give that one more attempt. If she can hit me, if she always hits me with that big explosion thing, is that something where I have to go back and just hit her as quick as possible? It's not something I should be backing off from? I don't know. Oh yeah, I bought extra blood vials as well. Okay, cool. Right, let's give this a proper go. I'm going to save this clip first because I want to doubly make sure that I've got the footage of beating Gehrman. Okay, let's go again. Is it? Wait, yeah, okay, cool. Part of me was thinking it'd bite me Gehrman again. That's not fair, is it now? Come on. Come on now. Have some honor about you. Yeah, okay, she can hit me with the tendrils. I don't think we can parry this thing. Oh my god! Get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way. Good hits. Yeah, let's back off. Oh my god, too late. Yeah, there we go, and then we just... Okay, we can get half of it back. I understand that. That's a really cool mechanic, actually. I quite like that. So it's using the rallying mechanic as like a major thing in the fight. So if you don't use rally, you're going to get really exposed. Oh god, I used 2 by accident. Okay, right. Come on! Got a bit greedy there. Ran out of stamina. I don't know what she's doing. I need to get away from that. No, I need to get close! Oh, I did it! There we go! That only took 2 attempts. Nightmare slain, moon presence down. 230,000 souls. I was kind of hoping to die to see if the doll had any unique dialogue, but there we go! Like, after beating Gehrman, of course. And now I become Squid.
Are you cold?
I mean, probably. I'm butt-ass naked. I don't know about the temperature in the dream.
Oh, good hunter.
It's beautiful, man. And I think that's it. Childhood's beginning, trophy earned. Yeah, oh my god, what do I say about Bloodborne, man? Wow. Alright, I wanted to put my final thoughts about Bloodborne at the end of the video and after the credits because, yeah, the credits, the music gets a little bit loud. I don't want my voice to be drowned out. So, first of all, I want to express my disappointment that I have been forced into New Game Plus. This just should never be a thing in video games, but, you know, can't be helped, really. At least they fixed it in the game after this, which was Dark Souls 3. In terms of where I would put this on the pecking order, which is comparing it to the Dark Souls trilogy, because those are the only Souls games I've played thus far, I would probably put Bloodborne in second place, right? I'd say Dark Souls 1 was my favourite, then Bloodborne, then Dark Souls 2, then Dark Souls 3. I put it over Dark Souls 2 because the first half of Bloodborne matches the level design of Dark Souls 1, which is a big deal for me. I felt myself yearning for the Dark Souls 1 level design throughout 2 and especially Dark Souls 3, right? And then the combat is really good. Unlike Dark Souls 3, it actually like fits for this game because the pacing was made for this game. I love the whole sidestep thing. It's so cool, honestly. Fighting as the hunter in this game is just so cool. I have to express disappointment about the first half of the game ending prematurely, though, right? I was really enjoying the first half, and this is, discussing this up until Bergenworth, by the way. I feel like there weren't enough bosses in that first half, right? I was really enjoying the whole power fantasy of the hunter compared to the other Souls games where you're on the defensive. You're on the offensive in this game, right? And fighting bosses like Bloodstarved Beast, and even in hindsight, Cleric Beast, was just really cool, like hunting, right? And then Gascoigne was a really cool fight as well. Vicar Amelia was a pretty cool fight. Honestly, would have been more of a challenge if I wasn't as overleveled, but that's what happens when I play these games. I really explore these areas. And then you get up to Bergenworth, right? And it's this area that's been like hyped up, right? It's an area that it feels like all roads lead to Bergenworth, right? You get there and it's just this like small mansion next to the lake. It's beautiful, but that's it, right? It's literally a small mansion. It barely even classifies as a mansion in my opinion. And then you get the boss, which is a gimmick boss, and it's a worse version of pretty much the same boss in a previous game, right? It's pretty similar to the Duke's Dear Freya, but I think Freya was a much better boss than Rom, that's for sure. I hated that Rom had the ads around them where they could jump in the air and then just one-shot kill you. I hate cheap one-shot kills. I really do. Especially with how the camera works in Souls games. It's not like you're going to see that coming most of the time, right? So it feels extra cheap because you literally don't see it coming, and then like 1 minute you're full health, the next minute you're dead. Like, I hate that, right? But it had a summon at least. But then after that, you get the whole cosmic horror shift. And I felt like the gothic horror part just didn't last long enough, right? I was really enjoying the first half of Bloodborne. I honestly wish that it would have lasted a lot longer. But, the cosmic horror comes around and, we start to get deeper into the game's lore and the behind the scenes of why everything is happening in Gehrman. But things seem to go outside of Gehrman, right? It doesn't really seem to matter in the end. There's no NPCs to talk to. Everybody's gone mad, right? And you can tell in the level design that things were kind of rushed in development, right? Because a lot of these areas were areas that you just run through. Yahar'gul, Nightmare of Mensis, the lecture hall in the middle of those two, that area was pointless, right? You may as well have not had that location in the game. I mean, there's probably some secret stuff there, so maybe I'm being a bit harsh, but, Nightmare of Mensis, the entry point to that is literally round the corner from your start point in the lecture hall. It's literally useless. It's a useless location. And then the Nightmare of Mensis is one that you run through as well, and then you've got the boss where, again, you're running after something instead of running away from something, I guess. But it's a very easy boss fight. That's like 4 boss fights in a row. I forgot to mention Shadows of Gehrman was right before Byrgenwerth. It's just such a shame, man. It is such a shame. And then even before that, like, Cleric Beast was a boss that I didn't like that much. I liked Bloodstarved Beast. Love Gascoigne, easily the best boss in the game. The game peaked at Gascoigne, unfortunately, right? After that, it kind of just remained consistent in terms of quality. Vicar Amelia was cool. Witches of Hemwick was an interesting boss. I loved the locations, loved the level design, and there's so much that I've missed, right? But, I was just going until, like, completion. I wanted to get the game to completion and then experience all the other stuff in New Game Plus. So I might have missed out on a whole lot of really cool things, but the fact of the matter is they should have put all those cool things in the mandatory, like, path, right? But the mandatory path leads you to, like, 4 gimmick bosses in a row, and then, like, 3 bad locations in a row. Like, I gotta say, 3 bad locations in a row. 4. Byrgenwerth, Yahar'gul, Lecture Hall, Nightmare of Mensis. The level of quality in those locations compared to the first half is such a stark drop-off, right? But it just goes to show how good the first half was, because I still see this as, like, my second favourite Souls game. Even though Dark Souls 2 is still, like, more consistent in terms of that game's quality, that doesn't have the lows of Bloodborne, but it also doesn't have the highs, nowhere near it, right? And Dark Souls 3 is just a disappointing game. It's still really good. If I was going to talk in terms of game quality, the bosses in Dark Souls 3 are obviously the greatest, but everything else I prefer here. Obviously, I'm looking forward to replaying it in New Game Plus, but as soon as I get up to Byrgenwerth, I don't know if I'll go much further than that. I think I'll just jump to the Chalice dungeons and call it a day, I suppose, right? Which is a shame. You can tell where they had to rush. But yeah, all in all, I'm really happy with the game. I was really happy with it. I think the ending, Murgo's Wet Nurse, was a really cool boss. Really loved the scenery of that boss. The illusion thing was a pretty cool gimmick as well. And it was a really nice break after, like, 4 bad bosses, right? And then Gehrman, I don't know about Gehrman, man. I feel like the game should have trained me better for Gehrman. Like, every boss kind of plays a certain way, where you've got to dodge, like, diagonally, and Gehrman kind of goes like that, but he also has a bunch of moves that kind of catch you out, right? And it doesn't work right for me, right? At least, like, if you want to play it, like, the dodge-wise. And then parry-wise, it's just kind of unsatisfying, It was a bit satisfying, like, finally getting it done after dying a few times on stream, but I don't know, man. I would have rather have done it, like, skill-wise, but you know, I wanted to beat the game by then, you know, so I just wanted to get it out of the way. Maybe I'll learn eventually, or maybe I won't. I don't know, because I'm really happy with Moon Presence. That was a pretty cool boss. And then, oh god, I forgot to even talk about the ending, you know? Why we became a squid. Like, we just became a great one, basically. So what Moon Presence was. So we're going to have, like, control of the Hunter's Dream, and just Yharnam in general, I suppose. Like, maybe we can stop the whole curse thingy. I don't know, right? It's open to interpretation, but I feel like it was a cool ending, but I feel like the whole cosmic horror aspect, like, part of the game was just rushed in general. So it doesn't hit quite as hard as Dark Souls 1 or Dark Souls 3 does. You know, it just doesn't, right? I feel like the game is a little overrated in that aspect. But yeah, that was a really long tangent. Again, great game. In the first half, you can really see why it is so revered. Here are my end game stats. Level 61, Vitality 35, Endurance 18, Strength 36. Very, very easy to level up in this game compared to any of the Dark Souls games, to be fair. Stamina, I never really had too much of an issue with. I put it up a little bit here and there, but, you know, it's only at 18. I think I started at 15, right? So all I was really leveling up was Vitality and Strength, and that's all you really need to do. It's just not really that big of a deal. My Insight's at 43, so I'm quite curious to see how different the game will look in New Game Plus with that Insight up, because apparently that's what causes you to see a lot of the wacky stuff, right? But yeah, that's Bloodborne for you. So, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in and watching this episode of Bloodborne. I know that was a pretty long ending, like, tangent at the end, but I really wanted to get my full thoughts out about the game, right? Because, you know, I was really loving it at the start and then got really frustrated near the end, but I don't want to mince my words when I say I do love this game. It is my second favorite Souls game, which, you know, is saying a lot, right? Because I love Dark Souls 3 anyway, even though it is my least favorite. I still love that game. I'm still going to replay it, and I'm excited to replay this one. But that second half of this one, I don't know whether I want to replay it again. We'll see when I get up to it. But yeah, like I said, I'll probably, once I reach Bergenworth, back off and do some of the optional content that I missed, and the Chalice dungeons as well. So yeah, that was Bloodborne, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in and watching this episode. If you guys liked it, be sure to hit that like button as hard as you possibly can. If you're new to the channel, be sure to check out the rest of the series, as well as my other videos on Dark Souls. Over 100 videos, by the way. Next up is Demon Souls, though I don't really have the money for it right now, so that'll have to wait. So realistically, next up is Dark Souls 2 DLC. But yeah, love Bloodborne. Happy to be done with it. Excited to play New Game Plus. I'm probably going to play that tomorrow, to be fair, when I wake up, or rather that will be today. It's 3:30 now. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Peace.